Check, 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 check. Check 1, 2. We are live. We are live. Good afternoon. Good morning. Let me make sure I'm live on everything. I have no idea how to work TikTok. I always just try to go and click on my live inside of here, and I always wind up doing what I don't want to do. So that defeats the purpose. Let's go live. Let's go live. And this one we are going to call it. You all bear with me. I apologize for being a little bit behind. But we are going to get this figured out. We're going to get this figured out. All right. Right. So we got planning our week. Let's add a topic. Topic is going to be, let's say, learn and confirm my age before I go live. How old am I is the question. Oh, come on, let me do it. Oh, I have to switch my year first. That's bad UI design. If you want somebody to follow a certain flow when it comes to entering a form, make it flow from left to right, not right to left. Facial age estimation. Okay. All right. Continue. I have to verify who I am on TikTok. That's all that's happening now. But I'm giving it a little bit of time to warm up, let some folks come in if we do have individuals who want to do this live with me. Preparing camera. That's my face right there. Oh, take picture. So I guess they made it where children can't go live on TikTok. And I actually think that's great. That's awesome. All right. So we'll pull TikTok on this side. And we are live. We are live. Plug this charger up. Start getting some music going in the background, just so we can have a little bit of ambiance. Give me a second. Let me pop some music on. And I'm excited. This won't be a super long stream. I'm going to try to give as much information as I can into my background and how I like to come up with all of my strategies for planning my week out. But at the end of the day, the goal is to be productive, get some good stuff scheduled, get some good stuff on the calendar for us, right? Let me find one thing. There it is. I was 2 seconds away from blaming my son for something that wouldn't have been fair, so. So I'm lighting some candles for my brain. Hopefully these help me think a little bit more clearly. Come on. All right, I'm failing with this one. But luckily we do have another one. TikTok, what's up, TikTok? What's up, what's up, what's up? TikTok, if you are here and you want to see what I'm working on, you can head to Twitch or head to YouTube. Unfortunately, I've been banned from streaming on TikTok for no reason. It's a glitch in the system. So at some point, I'll be able to stream on TikTok. I'm waiting on them to get that resolved now. But what's going on, everybody? It is the OCPD Coach, Shannon Williams, and this is my first time streaming this type of content. But I have a lot of folks ask me all the time, how do you manage to get a lot of stuff done with the amount of time that you have and the different things that you have going on? Because a lot of stuff that I do is it's typically TikTok universe. I don't know what that is, y'all. I'm new to TikTok, but a lot of stuff that I have going on is time consuming. Full-time job, family, running a business, and then I recently just got my master's degree, got certified. So I had a lot of different things going on, and people were asking me, Shannon, how are you finding time to do all of this without going crazy? Well, I give you the short and true answer. I have a hard time doing all of this stuff without going crazy. It's not as easy as I might make it seem, but I have different strategies that I have applied that help me out with this type of stuff. So today, I'm actually going to be running you all through how I plan out a week. We're going to plan out a week together, a week of work. This is work that is personal, business stuff, family, all of the different things that I have to get done that are exclusive from my job. So they have nothing to do with my job. And we're going to get ready to do that right now. Again, if you're on TikTok, unfortunately, I can't stream the screen on TikTok right now. But if you want to see it, I am on Twitch at the OCPD Coach and on YouTube at the OCPD Coach. But I'll walk through everything I'm doing so you can get the same experience to the best of my ability. Without further ado, let me go ahead and share my screen. So we are going to be using a service that I'm not sponsored by yet, but I need to be sponsored by as much as I hype it up. And that's Atlassian's Jira. So let me pull my Jira board up on this screen. Excuse me. And I think it's important that the first thing I do, funny, hey, hi. I just saw that message. I'm not able to see it in my Streamlabs, but I do see it. So good morning, good afternoon to y'all. If you're somewhere across the world, good night. Let's have a good one. Let's really have a good one this time. Let's have a good stream. So let me share my screen. OCPD Coach. And guys, I do this consistently. As crazy as it sounds, I run my life like it's a business. I work for companies like Disney, Rocket Mortgage, these big companies, and they always have a strategy for how things get done. It's not really typical that you find these companies running at a high level of efficiency without having any planning done. So you're going to get to see what that planning looks like. Right now, you can see if you're on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook, you're going to see what I'm working in. And I'm working inside of Jira. And let me do one thing. Let me share CPD Coach. Let me share this link on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, just in case anybody is interested in learning. All right. So that's written down. Now, a lot of us folks who have ADHD, a lot of us folks who have OCPD, we deal with issues getting things done. We struggle with finding the right balance of spending time with family, but getting the things done that need to be done. And that's something that I typically help people with on a one-on-one basis. But I always start with the same exact method, same exact strategy. And it's exactly what I'm doing here. TikTok, what's going on, everybody? Oh, that's me sharing my own stream. I'm like, what? Who shared my stream named Shannon? TikTok, what's up? So this is what we do. And again, I'm on Twitch right now. I'm on YouTube, the OCPD Coach, if you want to see my screen, because you're going to have a hard time seeing my screen from where I'm at right now. But what I'll tell you is this. I always need to start off by understanding what my value lanes are. And that's what I call them. I call them value lanes. I call them buckets. All of these different terms are the same exact thing for me. And it boils down to this. What is important? What is important? That's the question that we need to answer when we start planning our workout. Now, this is something that I had to start doing because my workaholism was a cripple. It was a crippling side effect of my ADHD and my OCPD. I work. I never take a break. I always thought that taking a break was a waste of time. And when I started actually doing a rewiring of my brain, I started using these value lanes and started looking at everything I do in my life as progress. So nothing was a waste of time anymore as long as it fit into one of the categories that were important. And I'll show you a little breakdown of what my value lanes and my value buckets look like right now. So I'll try to do them in order. If I need to rearrange them, I'll rearrange them, but let's go with it. I start off with my tier 1 relationships. A lot of people you might be married, I'm married, I have a child. That is my tier 1 relationship, my wife and my son. So that means above all else, that's the most important thing to me, is making sure that my wife and son are taken care of in whatever capacity it is. This does not always mean I have to spend time with them. Sometimes it means that I'm doing the work I need to do to make sure the bills are paid, make sure my son has everything he needs. So just keep that in mind when I write these out. So we got my tier 1 relationship here. Next I will have is my spiritual relationship. And this might flip-flop. I have seasons. I've had a season over the past year where I was heavily involved in my church. I think I was in there for a full year serving every other Sunday, if not every Sunday for a while. And I was there from 6 a.m., 7 a.m. to about 3 p.m., 2 p.m. So I was doing that every single Sunday, going on trips out of the state, doing whatever I could. And that was my priority at the time, was my spiritual relationship. So we say church. For me right now, it looks like reading the Bible. And that's enough for me right now. Another thing you could say is mentorship, but I look at that under another thing, which I would call networking. So another one that I have on here, and TikTok, if y'all on here and y'all liking this content, make sure you subscribe. This is my first live stream that I'm doing this, but if this is helpful, I'm going to be doing this every single Sunday going forward. So give me a second, let me get some water. All right. So we have our tier 1 relationships. We have our spiritual relationships. And then for me, third, I have my business stuff. So I have a couple of different projects in the works right now, which means I have to separate all of these out instead of having one big business one. So for me, the first thing I have on here is Retro Game Store. This is going to be time sensitive. So this is game development right here. Game development, marketing, prep, anything like that. Networking, that's another thing. I have number 4 on here for me, which is going to be OCPD Coach. So this is streaming, content. Whenever I can, I'm doing a little bit of coaching, some coaching, but my schedule is not aligned to do a lot of it right now. So streaming, content, some coaching. And the next thing that I would have under here is my course I'm actually working on that I've had that course in the works for the past year, but it's done. The course is done. I just need to start typing in all the quizzes and stuff. So I got my course in here. Number 5, secret horror game. This is something that I'm working on very minimally, but it's time sensitive, right? So this is going to be gameplay, planning. So actually, let's switch that up. Let's say planning, contracting, and prep. Excuse me. All right, so we're at 5. And hey, Crazy Vlogs TV, welcome back. I'm glad to see that you came back after last night's stream. This is a different type of stream. In this stream, I'm breaking down how I do content. I'm breaking down how I plan out my week. And something I just realized, if you are on YouTube, I want you to be mindful that there are multiple streams on YouTube. So it's not just one stream on YouTube. I have a vertical and I have a horizontal. So if you are having any issues with the layout, make sure you are in the right one. All right, so we got the secret horror game. Next on here I have is my tier 2 relationships. Now this is parents, siblings, and I'd say in-laws, right? And I actually have that a little lower because with me staying so far away, I don't really have a lot of work that I have to do for them. So it's not something that has to be at the top of my list. If anything, I had my tier 3 relationships a little higher. And this is mentorship. So young men from the church that I interact with, stand in contact with them, make sure they're all good, they have everything they need. My brothers, so anybody that needs that. And I know I have siblings here, but this is actually my sister. My sister and I, we have a different relationship because she's a baby girl, and I have different expectations for her versus my brothers who are young men. So we got mentorship, brothers, and then this would be church, or actually, this is where it gets a little bit messy. What I'll do for this, I have spiritual relationship and I have church up here. So I'll keep all of that there. And let's see, so we have our tier 3 relationships. I have my fitness on here, so that's another thing. So we will say presentation, right? Presentation. And I have to put my mental. My mental has to go above. My mental has to go above OCPD coach. All right. So this, for me, this is taking breaks. Taking breaks. Playing games. Fun toys. When I say toys, I'm talking about electronics, glasses, cool stuff, that lights. Got a Commodore 64 back here that I still have not opened up. So that's the type of thing that goes under toys. Right. So we got presentation, and this is presentation, personal branding. So again, this is going to include everything here. Impacts the OCPD coach, impacts the games that I'm working on. Everything is connected in some capacity. So this is related to promotion. Well, not promotion. Let's say education. So getting my additional degree, getting certified as a product owner. Those types of things would go here. We have appearance, so my clothing. So as you can see, I have my OCPD coach shirt. My merch is not merch that you can go buy anywhere. This is my merch, and I have all of my attire that I like to wear to remain presentable. My watches, this is something that I love. I love having a little watch collection that I'm building because I have different watches I can flip out, switch out, and do things like that. So we're going to say watches. So clothing. Shoes. My wife is the big shoe person. I'm not good with shoes. As long as the colors look good, I'm good. But my wife, she'll pick a nice style out, and people will say, "Hey, man, those are some nice shoes." I'm like, "Oh, cool." I don't know how much they cost. My wife, she just picked them out, grabbed them. So we got education, clothing, shoes, watches, cologne. It's another one. So my scent, I have to smell good. And the funny thing about it is I have no sense of smell. I never could smell my entire life. I've had no sense of smell. And this is where I have to rely on my wife or other people, where I put my cologne on, I say, "How does it smell?" And they have to tell me if it's good or not, and we go from there. So we got presentation, personal branding, education, clothing, shoes, watches, scent. And I have, in here, we're going to put fitness. So this is fitness. Staying in shape. That's simple. Working out. Eating some good food, eating healthy food, all of that stuff goes under fitness. If I need everybody to do me a favor real quick while I'm here. If you are getting anything out of this content, please like the video wherever you are. Subscribe, follow wherever you are. On TikTok, we actually just hit over 100 subscribers. I think I might be around 105 maybe. I have no idea what the exact number is, but that's cool because I never know what to put up on TikTok. I'm like an old man when it comes to social media. On YouTube, we just hit 210 subscribers last night. I want the buttons. I'm going to get buttons so I can press the buttons and have sound effects like the clap animation and all that stuff. I need to find how to do it. But we'll do that. So let's actually change that. That's another thing we need to add in here because my ADHD won't let me remember. So tier one, this. So another thing I want to add on here is streaming, and we have streaming. So I'm going to do specific task to add. And one thing in here, I want to set up sound effects. Set up sound effects I can play at any point in time, such as what? Clapping, impact, etc. We'll figure out the rest. Number two, I need to make task to create 3 TikToks a week per week. I think that's what my wife wrote down. Yeah, 3 to 5 per week. So we'll do that. 3 TikToks / YouTube shorts per week. Make tasks to, and that's fine, they can stay. And number 3, I want to add Streamlabs alerts. So add Streamlabs alerts for Jira website and Jira tutorial videos. Another one, I need one for resources. So we'll say Jira website, Jira tutorial videos, and OCPD Coach resources. Okay. So this is going to go, let's make a new folder also. Let's go inside of our folder. I'm gonna give you all a little tip. If you are like me and you always have a lot of stuff you add to your computer, but you tend to lose all your data on your computer, and I've had that happen more times than I would like to admit, you need to be using something like GitHub. You can use Google Drive. I've used Google Drive. I use Google Drive for all of my cloud stuff. I don't use the desktop anymore. But if you're on desktop or Mac, you should be using something like GitHub. It is I could make a tutorial about that too, actually. I might add that in. But it's a source control system that allows you to commit everything to your file, all of your files, right from your desktop. It goes up to the cloud. You can have different branches. So if you want to have different versions of files or you want to track your history, you can do that very easily with GitHub. So I can always show you all how to work that too, because I use that for all of everything I do now that's important. I put it in GitHub. I can go at any point in time, download it on any computer, pull it down. I have different versions of things if I need. If my files get corrupted, I can easily just revert the changes. So GitHub is the way to go. I don't know what else to say about that. So let's go into, I'll make something here called streaming. Let's make something here called streaming. And we are going to say, this one is for, what is this? Plan our week. So plan our week. And we are going to put this at, so this is my value lane buckets 5/11/2025. Okay, cool. Now we have this set up, and it was one thing I just said and I already forgot what it was. It was create a tutorial for using GitHub. Show how useful it can be for folks who lose docs and ideas. All right. So we're going to do that. And then let me make sure this song actually loops. It's funny. This might end up being my favorite type of live stream. And I have live streams where I play games and I make games. But this might be my favorite. All right, we're ready to get back to it. Now that you understand the value lanes, let's talk about how to use these things, right? And I want to do this thing where I had all these cups and, oh man, that'd be a great idea. Food coloring video. Coming up with ideas, y'all. food coloring video for showing use of value lines. Food coloring water video for showing use of value lines. This is another thing. Ideas, they come to you, they keep coming to you. I always keep documents open like this. I always have some form of notes here on my move this blanket so I can actually sit up. I have notes on my phone, the sticky notes app. I have probably 6 or 7 different notebooks. Whatever I can do to take notes, I have it. All right. So let's get back to what we were doing. All this red is driving me crazy. We're gonna ignore it. Create a task, create a tutorial. All right, that's good. We ignore the rest. So move this down. All right, so let's go ahead and pull this to the side a little bit, and I'm gonna shrink it down a little bit here. And let's go through our relationships and make sure we have everything accounted for that we want to dive in and attempt to tackle. Just a reminder, if you're like, okay, Guy, you're talking about this, but who are you? What are you talking about? Why are you doing this? I am an Agile SCRUM certified product owner that has ADHD and OCPD, as well as OCD. But those are my 2 primaries that I deal with the side effects of. And I use this software to help me manage my life like it's a business. So that's what I'm trying to help you all learn how to do as well. And I do this with every single client that I've ever had. Some get a lot of success out of it, and some don't really stick it out. And I think you need to stick this out for a couple weeks to really get the hang of it. So we're in Jira now. If you don't have a Jira set up and you need help getting one set up, that's the perfect thing to let me know about, because I can help you out with that. I can help you out on the fly, where I pull up my video, send it to you. I can walk you through different things, and I can also help you out if you need to send an email to me and ask questions or put it in the YouTube comments. That's always an option as well. All right. So let me show you what I'm working in. I'm going to be working in what we call sprints. And the sprint, oh, look at that, Kansas going live. A sprint is just an increment of work or an increment of time to get work completed. All right. That's all it is. It's as simple as that. It's an increment of time to get work completed. I typically work in 2-week sprints. So I give myself 2 weeks and I give myself work for 2 weeks. So I have a little more flexibility. But I think I have some hard deadlines approaching, and I want to make sure whatever I do, I need to have faster visibility. So each week I need to be able to see exactly where I'm at. And that's why I'm doing it like that. It also helps with my streaming schedule. If I do this every single week instead of every 2 weeks, it'll help me out. So I'm inside of Jira right now. And what you're looking at right now is my board. My board is just my current work that I have assigned for this sprint and the current work that I have done, work I have completed. So, excuse me. Let me show you real quick how this works. So I have blocked. This is work that I need to get done, but something is stopping me from getting the work done. I have to-do work. This is where we are going to have our queue of work that we need to get done. It's going to be in our to-do tab. We have in-progress work. That's work I'm currently working on, obviously. And we have done. This is all the work that I've done for the entire sprint. I love this because we get to see what we're doing. We get to see how far we have to go, and we get to see how far we've come. I think I used an example in my course. Think about climbing up a mountain with the blindfold on, and you're just climbing, and you have no idea where the finish line is, and you can be so close to the finish line. It's like one more arm reach away from you. But the fact that you can't see how far it is, you give up, right? You take the blindfold off, you give up, and you also can't even see how far you've come. Well, if you were climbing up a mountain without a blindfold, you could see how far you have left. You can see how far you've come. And you can use how far you've come to motivate you to keep going the shorter distance, if that's what the case is. So I like to use that analogy with this. This allows you to see how far I have left to climb up the mountain, and at the same time, I can see how far I've climbed up that mountain. So you see, I have 15 tasks in here, and I'll go through a couple of them, probably not all of them, but we'll go through a couple of them just to show you what I'm talking about. Every single one of these boxes represents a task. This is something that I've said I was going to do, or something that I have done already. And if I click into them, you can see a couple names on here. So you see implement controller support. This is something I brought in last night because I had a little time left, and I figured I might as well start getting this done in my video game, because I'm getting to the finish line, and I need to start getting these things that I've been pushing off done so that I can not block myself in the future. So this is the type of thing where I opened it up, I clicked on it, opened it up. I can change the name here if I wanted to change it. I have the description here so I can see exactly what this is. This is what I put. Players should be able to navigate the entire game by just using a gamepad or remote. And I have another ticket for reflecting UI needs, but that's a whole separate thing. And when this is done, I can mark it complete. I have here a story point estimate. This is just about how long I think it'll take me. I have a 1 because I didn't properly estimate this. This is more of a 5 because I have to get the keyboard set up. So we have to set up keyboard. Let me just add these in here. And let's see where we have it here, a list. Set up keyboard, set up virtual keyboard, set up buttons, set up sliders, set up drop downs. We'll see if we'll be doing drop downs, so we'll check it out. All right, we'll save it. Cool. So that is this ticket, and I still have to do it because I pulled it in last night, and then I had to start streaming playing Five Nights at Freddy's, so I didn't get a chance to finish it. But we'll keep this in, and I'll wait. I'm probably just going to roll it over, but we'll see what happens. I'll probably just roll it over into our next sprint. But other things I've done this sprint: build a tech tool, unlock scaffold. So inside of my game, you can unlock technology. You can unlock different things that help you run your business. I needed to create a list of all of those different things that you could unlock just so we can have that visibility and we can know what we are working towards. I have go to Disney. This is a really simple thing, but I'm the type of person where I would have kept putting it off because I would say, I have so much work to do. I can use that time instead of going to Disney to just work. And I've done this before. I've done it a lot, actually. I'm not the proudest to admit that, but I have done it a lot. And what I would normally do is say, okay, well, I'm not going to go to Disney this week. I'll put it off. Well, me adding that tier 1 relationship and then looking at my list and saying, wow, I don't really have a lot of stuff for tier 1, which is supposed to be my top priority. I need to go ahead and add something in. Well, then I put it in here and it motivated me to go. So yesterday we went, got some food, saw some animals, took some pictures, got some videos. We had a good time. And that's just an example right there of how useful these value lanes and buckets can be for people who are workaholics. You have to make it sucks. I know it sucks. We hate to say we want to think of our life like work. But if your brain is already wired to always prioritize work, to me, I had to rewire mine, but it would have been more difficult for me to try to force that out of me without a new system in place. So I built myself a new system so that I could easily adapt. And that's all that I did here. So go to Disney, done. Calendar system. I had to build a calendar system in my game. I put a ticket in for it, create lists for diffract requests. I have an artist that I worked with on my last game, and I decided to go ahead and reach out to them for this game. So now I had to build out a list for all of the different requirements needed. Play FNAF. This is one that would have gone under my mental health. So let me actually add that lane that as a label inside of here. So we'll say mental health. Mental health. It also helps with my presentation. We'll just say personal branding. I like that better. Personal branding. And we'll drop presentation out of here because it's all encompassed. So let's drop that. And we will also add in here Secret horror game. Because this technically works for that. It's research. And I can't do it with spaces. Yeah, they should have told me before I typed the whole thing out, but it's a secret horror game. And I have mental health, retro game store simulator. It kind of helps with everything. So retro game store simulator. Actually, don't I have this already? Yep, there it is. And we have the OCPD Coach. Oh, okay. So that's everything there. So just that. As crazy as it seems, me playing a video game yesterday actually it was this morning at midnight. So me playing that, I played it for an hour and a half. Just doing that alone hit all of these different areas. I need to add another thing in here for video ideas, shorts. Talk about trash on ground. And we have another one which is talk about not correcting every grammar error you see. Every grammar error you find. Talk about, I'm writing ideas that are coming. So talk about instructional design with OCPD and the benefits of that career choice. All right. I see a lot of folks talk about career options with OCPD. And I think instructional design is where I started. It's a great one. I think a lot of folks don't even realize that it is a career choice. All right, so play FNAF. Build business document system. This is for, let's add a label for retro. That's retro game store simulator. All day long, that's that. Build a 3-day workout schedule. So this is something where we have, Brandon? So my mental health, first of all. My mental health and then my personal branding. Those both go in there. All right. Build save backups. Again, retro. And a lot of this stuff, think about it, a lot of this stuff were surprise tasks that I didn't even have planned, but had to get done. Chris Dunst number, yes. This will also help with my horror game whenever that's ready. So secret horror game, so I'm calling it right now. Spend time with family, minimum 10 hours. Don't forget, this is a 2-week increment here. So this was before I started doing the 1 week. And what I'm doing right now, the reason why I'm doing this, I want to walk you through what my tasks look like so you can see the type of stuff I get done in a 2-week increment. And then when I go to my 1 week, you'll be able to say, okay, well, this is what he was able to do last week. This is what he's able to do this week. And hopefully it helps you with whatever you're doing to say, because I'll be honest with you, a lot of folks with OCPD especially, and ADHD, we overload ourselves with work and we don't realize how much work we're actually doing, which is the saddest thing, because you can't even take pride in the work you're doing because you're so focused on the next thing. So this helps me with this. So we would say spend time with family. That is going to be a tier one relationship. And that also is good for my mental health, because when I know my family's good, I know I'm good. Okay. Update stream approach. This is going to be good for personal branding. This is going to be good for retro game store simulator. This is going to be good for secret horror game, content creation, which is under personal branding for me. So we are good. Apply for a truck title. So I had to just get the truck title for my wife's paid off vehicle, y'all. We don't do that here. So for this one, we are going to say that is a tier 1 relationship and mental health, because I don't have to think about it anymore once it's done. Build design references for character creation. This is going to be retro game store simulator. And this actually wound up being a 3. I spent a lot more time on this than I wanted to. So that's a 3. And wash Osprey. This is my truck. So washing my truck, I put it at 1. This is good for, honestly, that's best for my mental health. And I should add another thing in here that includes my home improvement as well as my, so let's say maintenance. Maintenance. So this is washing vehicles, home improvement, pressure washing. So I got a pressure washer, pressure wash my porch and all that. I might do that today. I need to add that in here. So let's say add pressure washing task. There we go. That repeats. That part I don't know. I don't know if I want it to repeat. So we'll put this here. Okay. So wash Osprey. Let's put a description in here. And I need to add one in here for my wife's truck too now. Now I have 2 vehicles that need to get washed. Last but not least on here, build manual checkout system. I did it. I feel good about this. I really feel good about all the work I put into this sprint because I was all over the place, but everything wound up coming together. Again, let me do a friendly reminder, y'all. Go ahead and like this for me real quick. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. If you are getting anything helpful out of this, let me know. All right. Who do we have on? Interact. Playbook. Enhance. All right. I don't know what that does. All right. Can I share this in a group? All right. So let's do this. We're gonna do Pomodoro for 5 minutes, real quick. 5-minute break. And when we get back, we're gonna start planning out what this next sprint is gonna look like. Hello, TikTok. How's it going? How we doing on TikTok? Are we good? Are we good? TikTok, they need to unban me so I can stream on TikTok with my screen and y'all can see exactly what I'm doing. Because I really want to show you all what I'm doing on here, but I have to be on YouTube to do it. All right, we got a candle here. And I need to add a task for opening my Commodore 64. So Commodore 64. And let's think, I want to do a video where I pour food coloring into different cups and pour water into them. But I have to find out how it makes sense. I know what the content of it is going to be. I have to find out how it makes sense though. I have to find out. All right. So we have 3.5 minutes. All right. Let's post that up on. Let's see if we can post it in the private Facebook group. So we got about 3 more minutes left in this break. decompress time, y'all. This is my decompress time. I'm tired. 4-year-old Tyler waking you up in the middle of the day. I mean, beginning of the day way earlier than you wanted to get woken up. He's just living his best life, taking a nap and everything. Living his best life. Living his best life. Give me a second. Let me stand up here. I normally wear a belt, but I don't have it right now because I'm at home. I'm gonna make another video. Let's make a YouTube video that says, "Was college worth it?" All right. So we are sitting at 2 more minutes for this break. Just about done. And it's flipped. But I will be right back. Oh, just realized you can see my strap. And I don't know if that's allowed. So don't ban me, TikTok. Don't ban me. Gotta stay protected. It is legal. It is 100% legal. I'll be right back. We are back. How much more time do we have on this stream? That's time. What's up, TikTok? What's going on, y'all? Talk to me. What's going on? I'm not on here asking for money or nothing. I just want to connect with you. See how your day going on this Sunday. All right, y'all, let's get back to it. So let's see something. Yeah, they won't let me show my screen, so it's fine. We'll work through it. It's our first real live on TikTok, official live, so let's work through all the bugs and kinks as we go. Does not have to be perfect. 80%, baby, 80%. Oh, man, 80%. Real quick, I need to get a 4K camera. I would love a 4K camera for this. Real quick. This is a quick, very, very quick, dirty experience with Jira. This is not the full deep dive that I have on my channel. So if you want to see how I use Jira all the way around, how to set a Jira page up from start to finish, make sure you head to the OCPD Coach on YouTube. I was about to say .com, but the OCPD Coach on YouTube. I have Jira videos on there. And if you have certain types of content that you want to see, because I'm doing gaming content, I'm doing game development content, I'm doing this type of content, let me know. Really, let me know. Because I want to make sure I'm giving you all exactly what you need. And you don't know without asking or without getting told, right? So I'm making myself another task, and then we're going right into creating what we need to create. So let's look into Facebook Live events. And I also want to, there was one more thing I just said I wanted to do in my head. What was it? Oh yeah. Make video about purpose of channel. So I want to make a video about the purpose of the channel. And then the next thing is I need to make new channel trailer. See about TikTok and YouTube shorts posts at same time. Identify ideal upload times and hashtags for performance. All right. Create short dirty course about using Photoshop. Create short ADHD dirty course about using Photoshop. I could probably do all of these in the same video, honestly. It's like a $50 package, something real cheap, but it'll give you the basics of what you need. So say Photoshop, Premiere, let's say vid ideas was master's degree worth it? 2, was bachelor's degree worth it? 3, how much did my first Steam game make? 4, how much have I invested in my current Steam game? Okay, and then fitness video showing how I transformed body a few years back. 6, how much do I owe on my vehicles? So, how much do I owe on my wife's vehicle? Alright. I'm just saying as filler. I really don't even need to. I need to just be quiet. Okay. But if I say it was master's degree worth it, I need to find beneficial information. Be sure to give helpful feedback or advice. Be sure to give helpful advice. And then we will say what to do if you lose your job, tools to learn. All right, so maybe that. See, this is the thing with these how much money do I owe videos. You don't want to make these videos and seem like you're trying to make people feel bad, right? That's not the purpose of these. And that's probably not really helpful, but we'll see. Sometimes people just want to know stuff, so. All right, man, look at all this stuff. Okay. All right. Let's get to the good stuff. I need to rebuild my screen. Do I have something there for rebranding my stream? And we're going to rebrand the OCPD Coach streams so I can have my OCPD Coach branding. I said looking into templates. Another thing I need to have is tickets. So we will say create tickets for eat your fries. Okay. There we go. So let's get back to work. We are going to do. We set an hour. We should be done with this in an hour. That's the goal. Let's get done with this in an hour. In and out. And what I'm going to do is this. This is going to count against me, but I'm going to put a note on here. When brought this in the last day of the sprint. So going to break it up into two to not skew numbers. All right, so what we'll do is this. I'm going to duplicate this ticket here. And the ticket I'm working on for anybody who is watching on TikTok is implement controller support. We're going to duplicate it. And we will say implement detailed controller support. We are going to clone the sprint value. I'll clone the comments as well. And what this does is just what it's saying is creating another copy of the same task. When it says clone sprint value, that's just asking me, do I want it to appear in the same sprint as the duplicated ticket, which we do. And it'll be easier for me to just pull it out as I need. Just keep it in here. All right, let's go to okay. Implement base level controller support. This ticket sets up the infrastructure, sets up the basic infrastructure for controller support to be enabled. And for this, since I'm doing it like this and I'm breaking it up, let's take this back down from a 5 to a 1, because I only put about 1 point's worth of work into this anyways. And then we'll go ahead and we'll mark this complete because I did it. So we get our credit for this one. And I'm going to clone this first. And then the original, let's bump this original from sprint 22. And I need to name these sprints because this is not helpful. To sprint 23. Close it. I'll refresh it. It'll disappear. There it is. And now what we need to do is this. On this one, let's duplicate and let's say build base main menu pass. And what this will say is mall front entrance has been added with general post-processing as background of main menu level. All right, so we're gonna add that in, save it. And we are going to, that's not a 5. I would say that was about a 1. I didn't put too much, crap, but I hit, close that out. I'll say that was about a 1. That was about a 1. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So just so you know, I didn't cheat the system just now, even though it might look like I did. What I did was I kept it realistic for myself. All right. There we go. So what I did was I kept it realistic for myself. I knew that when I brought that ticket in, I only gave myself 1 hour. What? What is it asking me? Which of these objects is associated with head wear? A hat. Which of these objects bounces off of course? Basketball. There we go. TikTok wanted to end my life for some reason. I'm still alive. My grandmother called me, but I have to call her back when I'm done with this. I know we talk every Sunday. That's another thing I could teach y'all how to do is a communication schedule. That's been really helpful for me. Okay, but this is good. This is really good. So let's go ahead and complete this sprint. Let's complete this sprint. Complete that sprint. All right. Let's full screen this for a sec. Look at that. Ignore the epic, ignore this video game sim. I haven't really been sticking to my epics. I care less about the epics since I've been working on the same thing for a while, but I will get back to it. But yeah, look at this stuff now. This is the work that we are going to be looking at bringing in. And I think that last one was Sprint 22. So let's change the name of the sprint to Sprint 23. Let's get some order in the court. Sprint 23. We are going to make this 1 week long. And what I want to do, I want to start my sprints on Sundays, and I want to end my sprint on Sundays. It says 12 a.m., but realistically, we will say 3 p.m. We'll give ourselves to 3 p.m. There it is. And my sprint goal for this week is have, so let's see. My sprint goals for this week. I'll make this smaller again, just so we can see what we're doing. So our sprint goals for this week, we are going to say number 1, we want to get back to working out. So my personal branding, let's say fitness needs to improve. Fitness, we're going to say work out at least 2 times this sprint. So I was doing 6 days a week, and then when I started working on my game, I started slacking. I have not worked out in a while, but I did get some new equipment. 2, we are going to put a ticket in here for pressure washing. Pressure wash front of house. 3, we need to complete branding for, or actually I'll make this go a little bit different. Let's make it optimize streaming process. Optimize streaming to upload process. 4, create 3 TikTok videos. It sounds so weird saying create TikTok videos. So we create 3 TikTok, YouTube short videos. And then ignore the order of these. I didn't put these in specific order. The next thing I need to do, I need to read the Bible. We got to get at least 30 minutes in at some point because I've been slacking there. And let me look at my value lanes and my buckets. So we have playing the game. So playing the game is already going to come with it. So let's put play FNAF 2. Stream. Playing FNAF 2. And we are going to put in here, I hate to put stuff in here I can't guarantee, but I really want to make more progress on my horror game. So we will have develop clear vision for secret horror game. And then in here, we need to do more stuff with Retro Game Store Simulator. So what I would honestly love is to have the customer system built. So what I'm putting is wrap up customer system for RGSS. So this should take into account considering interests, thieves, considering interests, lining up. Okay, so we'll keep it like this for now. And this is my biggest thing that I really need to do is wrap up customer service for RGSS. And then my son, I need to spend time with family also. So we'll put some ideas in here. We'll always flesh this out when we get to the tickets themselves. So let's see if we hit everything. I have my tier 1 in there, which is number 9. I have my spiritual relationship in here, which is number 5. My mental health, so number 4 in here, which is number 6. OCPD Coach, 5. Oh, man, that would be cool if I could do that, but I don't even know if I would have time. Let's do stretch. Stretch will be at activities for OC. Okay, so adding activities for the coaching course 1 would be great. So I have my secret horror game. Tier 3 relationships, I don't have anything in here. And that's okay. It's going to be sometime there will be sprints where you can't get everything in. And it is what it is. I do have personal branding in there because I'm doing fitness. I don't have tier 2 relationships in here. But again, that's okay because I talk to them, so I don't typically have anything for them ever. Number 10, maintenance, washing, vehicles, home improvement, pressure. So I have maintenance in here already. So that's good. Setup. Okay. I think we're good to go. Let me copy these goals real quick. Put them down here. And then update. Been streaming for a while now. Streaming for over an hour so far. It's not bad. It's not too crazy. I really want to go back to Toastmasters, but I'll see if I'll be able to make that happen. But I really do want to get back to Toastmasters. Oh, and then look, this is the other thing. I did certain things already and didn't even realize I did it. I wasn't even paying attention to the fact that I did it. So we're going to say OCPD Coach photo shoot was complete. So certain stuff, I'll leave them in if I did them already. And then when I start the sprint, I get some freebies, which is not cheating myself because I did it last sprint and cheated myself. So let's see. Let's focus on what we have in here. We have fitness, working out. Okay, so let's create a ticket in here for working out. So work out at least 2 days this week. Work out 2 days this week. Even if it's only for 15 minutes. So we're gonna do biceps and we'll do it like this. We'll do biceps, shoulders, and then legs and chest. And we will give this 2 points. Labels, we'll have personal, what I have, mental health, and then personal branding. Now this is something that's really cool. I set up automations on my Jira board, so I can set these to repeat as long as I think they have to have the repeat label. Yeah, there it is. So me doing it like that, every time I close it out, it'll automatically add it back in. So it's helpful. Okay, cool. So that's in. Build floor plan, yes. Gather art, yes. Assign online course videos to modules. I technically did this already, but let me create a duplicate, and we will say assign activities to so we'll say assign course activities to modules. We clone that sprint value, so we keep that in the same sprint. Okay, it's this epic that's just taking up so much space here. Let's close that out. Oh, there's the button. Now we can see the full thing. See, the button used to be over here, and they moved it. And by the way, this view is called my backlog. So this is all the work that I have planned, period. Like for the foreseeable future, all the work I have planned. I have a backlog, full backlog here of stuff that I need to do that I still have not done yet. But I bumped everything out, so I don't even know if everything in there is valid. And what you need to do is a sprint cleanup. You should be doing a backlog grooming. They called it grooming. They changed it to backlog refinement. So I should be doing a backlog refinement to go over all of the old stuff and clear it out. Let's see what we have. Build logo references for next Fiverr order. I'm not getting to that this sprint. I can't do that this sprint. We had to push that off. Checkout system overhaul. What should this do? Player needs way to check out customers and have the line properly populate next customer. Scan items alert to a bag for shoppers. We can wait for that part. Scout upcoming conferences. This honestly can wait till next sprint. We'll leave that to next sprint. Fix shelving and storage system. This can be bumped out because it's not necessary right this second. Finalize pager system. Player send critical notification. Player can pull out pager anytime. Player can mute pager. Player can get. Let's bump the pager system. I really want to get the pager system done so bad because I've been pushing it off, but that's fine. We'll push it off. What this actually does is builds anticipation. So I get excited about work that I have been putting off because I just want to wrap it up and get it off my list. Okay, so we have thief system. Man, thief system is not 100% necessary. I put that in. Get my words out. I put a question mark to it because I know I won't prioritize at this sprint. Build sale and promotion system. This kinda needs to be done before I do or while I'm doing other stuff. So let's do it like this for now. Let's put it right here. And we'll say stretch. So we'll say stretch. Mr. Survive, hey, appreciate you hopping in, man. Thank you. Welcome in, y'all. So we'll put stretch on that because stretch means that if I get a chance to do it, cool. If not, I won't go too hard on myself. But I really want to push that out. Let's push it out. See, I have to be strict on myself because I'll keep overestimating all the stuff I can do and I won't be able to do it. So let's say pressure wash home. So pressure wash home. That needs to be done. Okay. Distributor quest system. That can wait. We can wait, but we'll pull that up to the top. Shopper system needs to be in. Absolutely has to be in. Yes. Shop base. Yep. So shopper system's in because that was one of our must-have things. So let's see. Let's cross stuff off that we put in. So fitness, pressure washing, optimize stream upload process, create 3 TikTok, YouTube. Okay. I didn't do that one. What I have in here is what? What do I have in here? Create YouTube shorts for OCPD Coach. So let's say. See, these are supposed to be from the gameplay here, but let's change this up and let's just make it the shorts. So let's say make 3 TikToks, YouTube shorts for OCPD Coach. And I'll drop 4 OCPD Coach. It's not necessary. I just need to create some shorts. And we will have in here, that's for me, honestly, that's probably going to be a good three-pointer. So I would say at least 3 to 5 YouTube shorts have been created. So at least 3 to 5 YouTube shorts have been created and uploaded to TikTok and YouTube. Got Terry in here. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay. And then so we have ideas, block stacking, glass pouring, ideas, block stacking, glass pouring, degree talk, channel overview, what to expect, block sorting, marker sorting. Look at the noise. Fun time, Freddie plays. Hey, appreciate you. Appreciate you for the sub, the YouTube sub. Thank you so much for that. I don't know if you got to catch any of the streams. I've streamed Five Nights at Freddy's twice now. So this week and last week, and I'll be streaming Five Nights at Freddy's 2 next week. So appreciate that sub. Why did my music not play though? Oh, it's YouTube. That's why. I have my alerts to play from Twitch. All right, there we go. So we will do 3 TikToks. And then the other thing, I need to make these repeat. Let's make these repeat. Oh, I got a quick one I could do Mother's Day. I could do a quick one today. So we'll do repeat, OCPD Coach, personal branding, all of that good stuff. Let's say 80s theme questions, shorts, music, play, this. Song of the week. Song of the week would be good. If I did song of the week, how I order from restaurants, I don't know. Okay, so we got that. We have, do I have read Bible in here? I don't. So let's add that. Read Bible for 30 minutes. Simple as it sounds. Just reading the Bible for 30 minutes. And put that in this sprint. And labels, we will say, I have spiritual. I don't have spiritual on here. So say spiritual. Mental health. Okay. So that should be up here. Yep, that's up here. So we have read Bible for 30 minutes. Pressure wash home. So let's go through here. Let's drop this. And that read Bible one. Let's actually upgrade this to be a repeat. I need this repeated every single sprint. So repeat. Oh, let's talk about instructional design too. Okay. So we have that. We have to play for NF. We got to play for NF too this week. So play stream for NF 2. Stream at midnight on Saturday. And that's probably a good 3 hours worth of my time. That is going to be for my mental health. And we're going to repeat this. And it helps everything. Personal branding. It helps everything. Okay. So let's do this. Develop a clear vision for the horror game. Got that. Wrap up customer. Consider. Yes, I have this. And I want to see, I have mall marquee, security system, full release, player counter desk configuration system. Needs to be bumped up at some point. Store boxes at U-Postal. Animatronic system, create camera system? What is this? Oh, okay. What else do we have on here? Player can read educational monks, okay, review, mark line, catalog, build skill tree, data, document player loop, build product supply system. Advertisement system, player can purchase these. Product desire system. Yep, this needs to be moved up. So let's move this up. I'm not going to tackle it this sprint. I'll tackle it next sprint. Player punishment. Player rewards. Resource effect system. Announcement system. This definitely needs to get bumped up, but probably not until that sprint. Shop trash system. Create day. Simulation mode. Player can skip days. Skipping days can have different impacts. Mail order system, wear and tear system, build mail system, post release. So let's create, I'm going to create another sprint, and we will say RGSS full release. Certain stuff I won't even be touching right now. We just put it in the full release. So it's a full release backlog. So that's that. This moves in here. This moves in here. A lot of this stuff is post-release because we have to get the demo out here. And we will put on here. So RGSS demo. Okay. So that's the demo. Yeah, all of this stuff needs to get moved up. Even that, yeah, all of these, they have to get moved up higher. I would say they should be in here, honestly. Those should be in here. And then all the small stuff, such as store boxes that you post to. This is such a simple one that this could be in. It's not required to be in, but it could be in and it could be useful. Each box should have date it was stored also. So let's do this. Let me do this. Let's bump this up because that's such a simple one. And then all of this is going to change as well. So we'll add a new sprint for all of this stuff. So let's see. So the big thing with what I'm doing right now, I have 1 week, which means I have 7 days, which is more like when you take in my full-time gigs, that's 40 hours right out the week. And I'm normally tired after that, so I don't really have energy to do as much work as I want. I'm looking probably at about 3 days total as far as the amount of time I'll have. So announcement system needs to be in. Yep. And what I'm doing now, I'm just breaking these out a little bit just to make sure all of the work is accounted for. Because that is another thing that also plays a huge role when you're trying to make sprints. So we got start sprint, create sprint. Here's another one. Okay. All right. So we have, wait, what did that do? What did I just do? I don't think that was right. Whatever just happened, it moved all of this data out. It just moved all of the data out, and that's not what I was trying to do. That was a bug. So this stuff should be in full release. And what I had for the demo, these scaffolds, product disposal system, that's important to me. This is important to me. This is important to me. This is important to me. All of these could be in their own there we go. So this is going to be, there we go. So this is going to be, we'll call it a lock-in sprint. This is when I need to get as much work as, it's like my final sprint. So we have the demo, we have full release. This is going to be urgent. Yes, this is going to be important. Resource effect is going to be important. Announcement system. Okay. Let's create another one for polish. Let's create another one that's polish. So RGSS polish. Okay. So we got RGSS polish. Let's move this up. And let's move it up again. Now this is going to be my UI, all of that stuff. So let's go ahead and pull some polished stuff in here. So it's going to be improved phone UI, UX. Arcade graphics, yep. We are going to have in here another one, which is add all products to shelves. Are we live? What was that? Okay. So add all products to units. And this, I might even call somebody in to help me with that so I can save me some time. We say all products have been added to units and units are fleshed out. And then what will happen after I do the demo, I have a whole nother set of tasks I need to do for the full release. So delivery system finalization, notification overhaul. This is important. Notification overhaul is important, but that goes in polish. To me, I like this. I like having this in, but this is one where we'll put it in demo. If I get it done, cool. If not, then we're good. We won't be able to get in. Document player loop. Is this necessary? This doesn't look necessary anymore. So let's move it to top of backlog. Review mark line catalog. Let me look at this catalog. What's in here? Oh, this is an ad for a new product. I was confused. I didn't think they had tools like that in the 1980s. That's cool. So this is 45 pages. But what I'm doing, I'm scrolling it now. And if I don't see anything in here that makes me say, oh man, I absolutely have to have it, then I'll bump it. It's good to know that this is what an order sheet look like though. That's actually helpful. That's a reference that I can use. My folders are unorganized now, but we are okay. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It is not the end of the world. Okay. So I did this. And I'll mark. Item was reviewed. Nothing extraordinary. Extraordinary. Wait to review again until approaching release. Okay, so we'll wait to review this again until we're approaching release. Let's go ahead and move that one to our full release. Anything else in here that needs to go? Configure all mall events for demo. Mall events could stay here. They technically could be under polish, but we'll keep them here. Player punishments, player rewards. All right. Advanced inventory, players can choose what items to refill. When players' relationships reach, they can be notified when they want to refill. To me, this is a, that's a full release feature to me. So we'll wait for that full release. We have all of that, deal rent. What is the rent payment system? How's that not done yet? All right, we'll get that sorted. Player counter desk and configuration system, to me, should be moved up, but it's fine. We'll leave for now. All right. I'm looking at a lot of work for this week already. So we have wrapping this system up, spending time with family. So let's say I don't have anything in here yet. So we'll give them 5 dedicated hours this week. Okay. So let's see what we can do. All right, put that there. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to give it 5. So I said at least 5 hours. This is my tier 1 relationship, and then mental health. All right. Says that. And then optimize streaming upload process. So I'm going to put another one in here for improve streaming process to allow easier context switching, to allow more efficient context switching. Need to add OCPD Coach branding for those streams. Need to find way to have templates for each stream type that maintains text, title, and description. Okay, I'm gonna give that a 3. I think that'll take. Actually, no, it's 5 because the OCPD Coach branding alone is gonna take some time to get that up. All right, look at that. So we have OCPD Coach photo shoot, which is done. That is something I'll be doing. Assigned courses. This is done. So let's move that up. So 2 things that are done. These are technically it's technically a work in progress, but I have built the first iterations of them. So let's move them down. We have revival. Be done in pouring pressure wash on. That'll probably have to be done on Saturday, maybe. Assign course activities to modules. Yeah, that might take a little bit more time than the normal, but again, not too crazy. Work out at least 2 days this week. Okay. Implement detailed. This would be a good amount of my time. So I'm going to put it at the. Let's leave it at the top. All right, we'll get it sorted. It's not really priority. That's why I'm trying to figure out, do I just focus on the customers? But at the same time, I started it and don't want to quit something I started. So I might finish it just for the sake of that. All right, read 5 for 30 minutes, play for now, family time. I'm good. Look at that. I'm good. I'm good to go. So we have 15 points. Wait, to do 15? No, that's 15 tickets. That's right. Let's get back out of here so I won't get copywritten. No need to copyright me. And me just looking at this, I think I'm good. I'm honestly looking at the amount of time I have, which is a week, and some of the stuff is done. If anything, the thing that would take the longest would be the longest undedicated time would be this implement detailed controller support. But this is such a key feature to my game where it would improve the performance of my game. So I'll keep it in because I think that'll improve the game greatly if I do it. So keep that in. And all right, so without further ado, I have my list. I've hit everything on my list for my sprint goals. Again, I would like to have the clapping sound, but I don't have it. So let's go ahead and start the sprint. Yes, hit start. So at 3 o'clock next week, we should go ahead. And now I told you I had some freebies already because I did some work and forgot to bring it in. So my photo shoot with all my thumbnails, I did that. Assigned the course videos, I did that. What I'm probably going to do next is this, create 3 TikToks and YouTube shorts. And assign course activities. Maybe I'll do this. See if my header roll is still kicking. Say maybe. Oh no, I didn't mean to put that there. But I'll check and see if it's gonna rain again soon. And then I need to add in the future tickets to watch Osprey and okay. So we have play for nav, family time, improve the streaming process. This is key. I need to figure this out before Sunday if I can. Create general system outline. So not done with that. Gather art references. I did this. Technically, I did that already. Build floor plan. That's another one. That's in progress. So I'm collaborating with somebody on that. And what else do I have in here? I need to review my course activities. Hopefully it's not too complicated because that might be another quick win I can knock out. So let's see. Implement detailed controller support. Store boxes. Pressure wash on. Okay, so look, that's my sprint. I've started my sprint. If you were here and wanted to just see the type of my entire process, I know it was a little bit longer than expected. From start to finish of getting the sprint, the last week that I worked, getting all of that work accounted for, and then using that to figure out what I need to do for this sprint, then you are good to go. If you want to just see a little bit of bonus action, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to create these other tasks that I have that I know I want to do at some point. And what I'll do, I'll build all of them to go inside of an upcoming sprint. So that is not urgent. So I'll create another sprint in here. And let's move this one up to the top. Moved it up to the top so it's right here. And we are going to say anytime task that can be pulled in whenever I have downtime. Okay, so these are going to be tickets that just get pulled in anytime I have, what is it called? Downtime. Great job. You going live for 90 minutes. Don't forget to take a break. Y'all going live for 90 minutes. TikTok, I appreciate it. Not much going on the page right now. I haven't had any interaction, but we're just getting started with the streaming consistently, and I know people will come in eventually. It's just a matter of time before. Okay, so we set that up. So this is a quick win. Create a tutorial for using GitHub. That could be a short idea. Sprint goals, video ideas. Jira, GitHub, and okay. So create a thumbnail. Oh, create a tutorial. Okay. Pressure washing was added. I have to set up my Commodore 64. Gotta do that. I don't have a computer system ticket. So that's already a ticket that I created. Look into Facebook Live events. I can do that. I can create a ticket for that because I do need to do that at some point. Make new channel trailer. Yes, I need to do that. Okay, so see about posting to TikTok and YouTube Shorts at the same time. We need to identify ideal upload times for performance. Okay, there we go. I think we're solid. I'm even more confident in being able to get all of this done now as well. I want to do one more thing. Let me add the 1 week approach going forward. So we want to have you want to pop up right here the whole time, don't you? Okay. So the next stream is going to be next week, and we are closing them all out at 3 p.m. So that's the 5th. So that ends the 25th. Oh, hey, I need to get a move on my demo urgently. Oh, wait, hold on. This doesn't need a date. I just thought about it. This one doesn't need a date. Anytime. It's anytime. So let's clear the date out for this all the way. Let's say August 1st on that. And on this is the one where we want to go from the 18th through the 25th at 3 p.m. Okay, so we got to the 18th through the 25th. Let's go from the 25th through the 1st. But yeah, I definitely need to get this demo out because time is ticking. And I need to get people playing this game. So some stuff might actually get moved, shifted around. So we start on the 1st. Did I not have this? I must not have set this to a week. I just thought about it. Because I had to choose the date, I think, too. Oh, no, I got it. Okay. So in the 1st, add dates from here. Let's do a week. And we are starting on the 8th, 3 p.m., June 15th. Okay, let's lock in sprint. Plug in June 15th. Go from June 15th through, let's make that a week long. So if all of this is correct, I should be launching the demo in July. Which, let me check my schedule. Yeah, says June. Check my schedule. Let me see when I slated, when I gave myself. Ironically, I'm right on the money with it. I'm right on the money with it. But what I would need to do to make sure I hit that date, I would need to make sure I'm only focusing on the absolute most important stuff in here. So security system, that is something that gets moved to full release. So now you're seeing me do a little backlog grooming. I mean, I hate that word now. Refinement, so that we can get only the most important stuff on here. Needs to be on here. Distributor relationship system. That does need to come in. All right, so let's move that up. Okay, all right. The pressure is on. I got to get this demo out. Would like to have it out in summertime. Even though the game doesn't come out till November. Want to just get a head start. So I want to make sure I'm focused on the absolute most important stuff. Which makes me think now, I'll keep what I have as far as this sprint. However, I absolutely need to bring up that needs to come up. This is going to need to be brought up. Yeah, that's going to need to be brought up. Skill tree data. Can stay. So let's bring up skill tree data to here and checkout system rehaul needs to be here. Distributor quest system needs to be here. Oops. Needs to be here. Yep. Yep. That needs to be like that. And see if there's anything I could bump out of here. That might not need to happen, but I think for the most part, all of this needs to happen. So fast I get the controller system. I kind of want to wait to do the controller system as well, but I'm started on it already. So I'll finish it. And moving forward, I have to start moving even faster than I'm moving right now. This thief system and checkout system have to be prioritized. And then I have to start getting these skill tree effects implemented. Advertisement system. But yeah, it's crazy. When I broke it up like this into sprints, 1 week sprints, I can see how little time I actually have for it. And we'll be good. We'll be good. Let me bring this in. Or at least up to the top, and I'll get this resolved because I think this is a quick fix. So I'll get that figured out. And actually, let me bring it back down because it's not important right this second. Build logos, references, scout upcoming conferences. Again, bump that out. Let's try to do this when we actually are getting ready to have that demo ready. So build skill tree data, thief system. Boom, good. Implement UI, something I'll do, and I think I already have something. So let's clone this. Let's make this implement UI, just in general, UI. All right, so all UI sound effects have been added. And we need this disposal system added earlier also. The disposal system needs to come up here. And that's good. Hey, that's good. I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with that. I think that'll be a solid few weeks of work. I know what I'm doing for the next few weeks. I don't have anything in here for build computer system, but that's something that could be added in here. So okay. So then I'll go ahead and put that in. Let me move this up. Man, getting closer to finishing this game. I'm excited. Got a lot of work to do, but it will get done. It absolutely will get done. I can tell you that much. All right. So let me get ready to wrap this stream up. Appreciate anybody that decided to hop in. So let's talk on this camera. But yeah, I appreciate anybody that decided to hop into the stream. I know I've been going for 2 hours, so I'm out of words. I'm stumbling on my words, trying to get them out, but we got what we wanted to get done. And that's the most important thing. I wanted to show you all how I use Jira to manage my life. And as you can see, the tickets that I created were life tickets. They weren't just work. They were work, spend time with family, work out, read the Bible. Things that with my ADHD, I would never prioritize. With my ADHD, I would never forget, I would never remember. And with my OCPD, I would never prioritize. So these are the types of things that I have to write it down, and me using the same strategy with clients has helped them out in the same exact way. So it's a proven method. It works. If you are interested in trying it out, I do have tutorials on how to use Jira on my channel, the OCPD Coach on YouTube. I also, if you want some resources, I have some free documents on the OCPDcoach.com/resources. And I'm working on a course. It's not going to be a slimy course, I promise. It is going to be a course that teaches you how I did everything today, but in a more step-by-step process of identifying what your tiers are, what your value lanes are, the importance of finding that balance in your work and life, and how to reassess how you look at progress. Because we've always looked at progress as something that has to just be monetary gain or a job promotion or something like that. And I talk about how you can look at progress as improving your relationships, improving your mental health, taking a break. All of these different things should still be considered progress. So make sure you check out that YouTube channel, subscribe, and if you go to if you join the mailing list on the OCPDcoach.com, then you'll be one of the first to know about the course when it does come out. So that's about it. I'm gonna wrap it up. Appreciate you, TikTok. Thank you, Twitch. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Facebook. Anybody who hopped in. And